going on, NEM crew? Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about the Datsun. We're doing some stuff on the Datsun. Nothing too crazy, but it's been a while since I released a video. I apologize for that, but we're getting back in the swing of things. We're actually going to be lowering the front of the Datsun because it's a little bit uneven compared to the rear. So let's just dive right in. It's time. We've all been waiting for a Datsun video, and you know what? That time is actually here. Let's do it. Alright, we got one side done, all adjusted. Now we obviously don't know how low the car is. I went 2 full revolutions on the threads here, and we'll see what that really does. One thing to keep in mind, or one thing to note when you're doing this, on this side here I went to actually just move to see how tight the collar was, and it was actually not very snug. So we're going to make sure that we make our adjustments and we make sure that the collar is tight. It's literally just a flathead and a little set screw almost that holds it in. So yeah, we just want to make sure that that's good. Once it's really under tension for the weight of the car, it shouldn't move at all. But again, we just want to make sure it's not really loose. So we're going to go 2 revolutions counterclockwise. Should lower the car a little bit. Might be too much, who knows, we'll find out. There was quite a bit of space to play with in the rear. Is really good. It rubs sometimes, but very rarely. So the rear is good. We're not going to touch that today. Let's do this. And while we are here, it's always good to do a visual inspection. I know in the last video talked about servicing, and we were going to service the brakes, but I decided to wait till next season. So visually inspected the brakes, everything looks good. One thing to note is I noticed these lines that go into the calipers are seeping fluid very they just a little bit wet around the actual fitting. So I snugged those up a bit, but I have a feeling next season what I'm going to do is actually take the fittings off, make sure they're 100%, and we'll have to put obviously new fluid, but that will be for another time. But it's good that we did this, that way I know kind of what's happening and what I can do to rectify that in future maintenance. So that will be something we do first thing next season before the Datsun goes on the road. But everything else in these brakes, suspension area in the front, everything is good. Everything looks amazing. They perform amazing. So no issues there. Alright, so 2 turns and then we're good to go. Where's the... Perfect. All right, that's good to go. Really quick and easy. Throw the wheel back down or back on, and we'll drop the car down, and then we'll see where she sits. Hopefully it's not too bad. Should be good. If it's really low, obviously we're gonna have to lift it back up. This is one of those things, there's no really magic formula. It's kind of all up to your preference. And I really do not like rubbing. I don't like hearing any extra noises when I'm driving. So ultimately the goal was to make the fitment be equal in the front and the back. When I got the car set up originally, we went based off of the pinch weld here in the rockers. You can't really see because the camera's so goddamn zoomed. We went from the pinch weld in the rockers to the ground to make sure they were even front and rear, but then, you know, after having it this way for a couple years, I kind of realized, well, hey, I don't think that extra little drop in the front is going to cause any issues, and I wanted it even. I want it to look better. So yeah, that's what brought us here today. So let's wheel on, car down, see if it's good. If it's not, well, frig, we got to do it all over again. Just a quick note too, when you're taking off that set screw, if you have a Datsun, you have Techno Toy Tuning coilovers, you're taking that set screw off, don't take the set screw all the way out. You just got to loosen it off just a turn, just so you can, it just releases pressure. If you take that set screw all the way, there is a ball in there. It looks like a nylon ball. I think it's kind of just to, you know, dig into the threads to kind of hold it there. So you don't actually have like a metal on metal kind of thing with the screw and the threads on the coilover. So just keep that in mind. Ask me how I know. It's not fun. It's very easy to lose that ball. So just take the set screw off just a little bit. All right, let's do this. It's getting warm. I'm sweating my balls off. All right, it's been a few hours. We got the wide angle lens on here because before I was using the zoomed in. So now you can see me. How's it going? It's been a while. Went for a drive, as you just saw. It was nice to get the Datsun out on the road again, but yeah, we had to lift the car up again, take the take the wheels off, adjust it a lot more because those 2 revolutions did absolute garbage. Did nothing, of course, because I'm dumb and, you know, 2 thread lengths is going to do nothing. So obviously it dropped a little bit lower, which is good. And you know, you can do it multiple ways in terms of adjusting your suspension. You kind of do it the way I did it, just eyeballing it, and it doesn't matter, go by revolutions, or you can actually go by making measurements, which is probably the better option. So you can actually measure the strut tower and get it your exact amount that you're going to be lowering it. Passenger side, I'm not really happy with. As you can see, there's a little bit of a gap there. What a so yeah, we're gonna have to lift this thing up eventually and adjust that, but the driver's side is actually mint. Look at that. That's beautiful. So barely any gap there. The tire is pretty much flush with the edge of the fender, which is ultimately what I want. On the drive, there was no rubbing, nothing like that. Actually, there was from the rear, but the rear, I gotta roll the fenders just ever so slightly. Just the lip, the lip is just snagging, like it's just poking. I don't know. It's fine, easy fix. The car was driving good. Other than the transmission, I haven't talked about the transmission much on the channel, but the transmission needs a complete rebuild. Needs fixing. It's 40 years old, so that's what you get when you got a 40-year-old car that you don't drive in the winter and it sits for so long. So it's normal, but that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Datsun videos are back. I got a lot of videos planned. I gotta film most of them, but they'll be coming soon. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when these videos come out. And actually, I think it's a crazy number, 90% or something like that of my viewers are not subscribed. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see more Datsun content. It would be great. We're actually almost at 4K, which would be awesome. We got to get to 10K. That's like my biggest goal right now with YouTube. Let's get to 10K subscribers. We'll keep the Datsun content coming. Sneak peek, we do have over here, I'm not going to show you too much, but there's a plastic wrapped engine we got back from the machine shop, 6-liter LS beast that we're going to be building soon, probably over the winter realistically, depending on how much time I get. And it might be going in the Volvo, might not, hopefully. If it goes in the Volvo, that would be sick. But then I got to order transmission, I got to order ECU, a bunch of shit. So we're planning that out. It'll happen. But subscribe, we got some Datsun content coming, and let me know what you guys want to see. But that'll be it for this video. Peace out, and stay classy, crew.